it's eternal and it has no end. So stand on up for love. Unconditional love is our shelter. Now and always.
We're a small but mighty group today. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of London, where we keep you on your toes. Just never know what's going to happen next. Welcome to all you beautiful people that have come out to join us today. We're so grateful that you are here. And welcome to all of you that are watching us online, whether it's right now or maybe a little later. I bet most of you are in your jammies. You should have got dressed and come out. It's going to be good. And if there's anyone here for the very first time, we have a first comers table at the back where you can pick up a little bit of information. And if you do fill out the blue little form piece of paper that we give to you, give us your contact information. That's just a way for us to add you to our email list, if you're okay with that, so that we can let you know of what's going on here at Unity of London. So, Unity Worldwide. Oh, sorry, we have, what's next? Special announcements, that's what I was thinking. So there's a couple of them. One would be, guess who's 70? Happy birthday, James.
Well, thank you, but I think that number's wrong. I think that first number's out by a couple.
Oh, they missed a line going across the bottom.
There you go, yeah.
That's supposed to be a Hilda.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll celebrate that a little later. No, 20. AGM. So our AGM's coming up. At the back is a box, alphabetically ordered, I hope. I'm sure that Hilda's done that for us. She always does. But they're in, and the tax receipts. So you should be able to pick those up at the back. And go to the bookstore. They have a surprise for you. Who doesn't like surprises? And we were, yes? Sure. Quickly. Well, we're waiting for that. I did grab the sign-up sheet at the back of the room, and we weren't going to talk about Italian night. Come on up. Remember, it's March the 7th, but there is a sign-up sheet for those that would like to help with serving, clean up, that kind of thing. So if you're coming and you can give us a few minutes, please do so.
Good morning, everybody. Could I have the bookstore babes who are here with us today? So that's Renee and Peggy, and if June is here, come on up. And of course, Sylvia, if you're here, can you come on up and join me? Just the three of us? Just June and Sylvia aren't here today. No? Okay. All right, everybody, we know that Valentine's Day is just right around the corner. And the bookstore babes and I were talking, and we wanted to do something different. We didn't want to do a gift basket. We actually simply wanted to give back. We wanted to give back and show our thanks for a year of your love, your appreciation, your encouragement, all the great things that you've had to say about the bookstore and how much you've supported us. It's been a little over a year that we've done the renovations and had the new bookstore up and running, and we are totally overwhelmed with the feedback from the members. So we wanted to give back. So what we've decided to do, instead of the gift baskets, we are going to give everybody a small gift in the form of an envelope. And Peggy is going to hand them out down the right-hand side of the chairs here, if they're not already. Oh, and Mike.
We got them there.
Okay, so yeah, Peggy's going to hand them out on to the right, and then we're going to go to the left-hand side. Peggy will go to the left-hand side. You'll just take one, pass it along to the person beside you, and then the last person on the left-hand side will pick up any extras, or if they're short, then Peggy will have extras in her hand to hand out, making sure that everybody gets an envelope. Okay? So this is just our way of saying thank you. Okay.
Okay, and we have a vision statement that we here at Unity of London share with pretty much all of the Unities worldwide. So let's share this together and affirm it as we read it. It's a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission here in London is that we are a loving, inclusive community co-creating with spirit to transform lives. And let's transform by singing.
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the unity community down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the unity community down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the spirit that is part of me down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the spirit that is part of me down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the love and faith and understanding down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart, I've got the love and faith and understanding down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the blessings of the power of prayer down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the blessings of the power of prayer down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the happiness that peace can bring down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the happiness that peace can bring down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. At unity down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I got my family at unity down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Down in my heart to stay. One more. Down in my heart to stay.
Unity's foundation is affirmative prayer. If you wish prayer for someone else or for yourself, you are invited to use our prayer box. Put a first name only on the piece of paper and place it in the box. No need to explain the situation, as God is all-knowing. It will be prayed over here at Unity by our prayer angels for 30 days and then sent on to Silent Unity for additional prayer. Remember, 24 hours a day, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY to reach Silent Unity, where people have been praying with and for people for over 130 years. If you wish private one-on-one prayer, we have our prayer chaplain available to pray with you following today's service. You can meet our prayer chaplain in our prayer room through these doors right behind the screen. Today's prayer chaplain is Sylvia. And now Patty will lead us in prayer.
As we come together today, we open our hearts and our minds to divine being. And as we open our hearts to that divine love which flows through us, we enter that heart space to hear the music, to receive the lessons, and to love the people around us in this community, the community of the internet, Facebook, and in the world, knowing that each and every one of us will be moved in our own special way, bringing peace, love, and understanding. We ask for blessings for all spiritual gatherings that are taking place around the world today and every day. And today we remember Unity Mystery in Motion. Sorry, it is a mystery, but it is Unity Ministry in Motion, Allison, Ontario. Unity Church of the Kawarthas, Lindsay, Ontario. And now we take a moment to think of those who may need a little extra loving energy, and we whisper their names in this sacred space. We remember that divine intelligence is our inner source. And today we ask for guidance, love, and that light to fill our hearts, this room, and beyond these walls, to the outside, to the community, to the universe, and beyond.
I begin each day dedicated to fulfilling my spiritual purpose. Let's say that together. I begin each day dedicated to fulfilling my spiritual purpose. Because I'm a spiritual being, I am more than a physical body. My needs go beyond food and water. I find spiritual nourishment in prayer and meditation. Jesus knew the importance of realizing our inseparable relationship with the divine and thought that God is a living presence within. Realizing the importance of this teaching, I now recognize that the more time I spend in prayer, the more I will experience a sense of oneness with God and with all creation. Any earthly challenges are transformed by the divine presence within. I realize all concerns with the quiet realization, a gentle knowing that the spiritual being I am is not limited in any way. Now for a verse from the Bible. Then I say, here I am. In the scroll of the book it is written of me. I delight to do your will, O God. Your law is within my heart. This is Psalm 40, verses 7 to 8.
Just a quick reminder that next week's special musical guests will be Jake Levesque and Julia Webb. So spread the word, if you would. We're all looking forward to seeing them again. There's a tune by a fellow named Chuck Pyle that we did last summer, I think. A beautiful tune called Step by Step. And the chorus is step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this old world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side. There's an old ancient saying in the wind, one must only take a first step to begin. You're on your way, then you've done the hardest part. Now make your journey with a generous heart. Step by step, side by side, hand on hand, this old world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side. Well, we stumbled and we've broken our stride, wearing old worn out boots and foolish pride. We're gonna put on our brand new running shoes to run a race in which no one can really lose. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor by your side. If you see me falling down, stop to lend a hand. What goes around comes round, and round and around. If you run to another for help, that don't mean you can't do it for yourself. It just means that your neighbor will know that if he needs help, he'll know where to go. Step by step, side by side, hand on hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side. We understand that the heart's one true power, and that nothing we see is really ours. But from a satellite we all look like one. I think our world's time may finally have come. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side. Oh, step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, take a little step with your neighbor, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side.
Better than that. Come on. We're small today, but we're mighty. Well, very apropos song as I come up to introduce our speaker today, because over the last 7 years, Pauline and I have certainly taken steps by steps and side by side as we joined Unity, became prayer chaplains, we're on the board, and had tons of laughter, a few tears, just so I appreciate it, and thanks for being along my side during our journey. So Pauline, after retiring from a long and rewarding educational career in grade school and community college, Pauline Duncan Thrasher became a certified consultant and trainer. As a distinguished Toastmaster, and that she is, and coach, her goals in speaking and writing are to inspire. Since joining Unity of London in 2012, Pauline has demonstrated commitment as a 5-year board member, past president, prayer chaplain, and presenter. Please join me in giving Pauline a warm Unity of London welcome. Yay!
Thank you very much, Sylvia, for that lovely welcome. And I welcome not only the people who are here in body and spirit, but our friends who are basking in the south somewhere, who may watch this at some point. Titles always give me pause, because when I go to look for books, and I'm an avid reader, I look at titles. And the title of this at first was The Power of I Hear You. Then I changed the title, but it was already advertised. And the real title is I Hear You, I Love You. You can also reverse that title. I love you, I hear you. So when you see the first slide, you will notice that it's not about hearing, it's not about loving. And it's the only kind of negative, dissonant tone in this talk. And the reason for this slide is because sometimes we have to come from something that doesn't work so that we can move into something that does work. Would you agree? And that might have happened in your lives sometimes. All right. No. That is such a powerful statement. And the fact that it came from someone who went through the Holocaust and survived. And if you have ever, in your life as a child, a teenager, a student, even maybe now, felt that somebody was ignoring you, not paying attention to you, you know that indifference is worse than hatred. You'd almost rather someone say, you know, you really annoy me. I better not look at anybody because I'll think I'm talking about you. It's almost worse that somebody just doesn't pay any attention to you. They're indifferent. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about love. And we're talking about loving others enough to hear them. Not what we want to hear, but what they really want to convey. But this will also be a talk about loving ourselves enough that we hear our own inner voice. Sometimes we need to protect ourselves. And the little background for the talk, I love you, I hear you, came from the Wisdom of Sundays. Remember that book that Rev Laurie always said to us as speakers, take a look at it and choose a passage. So the passage I chose came from Oprah Winfrey saying, the most powerful words in the world are not, I love you. The 3 most powerful words are, I hear you. Just think about that. Think about the people in your life who get you. That's a slang that I don't usually use, but you'll probably understand what I'm saying. They are so tuned to your needs, to your joys, your thrills, your weaknesses, that sometimes you don't even have to speak for them to hear you. It used to bother me about my mother. She knew I was getting sick before I knew I was getting sick. Say, Pauline, I think you're catching a cold. I can see it in your eyes. And I would think, oh, she was always right. Not just about that. Wouldn't it be a wondrous world if we could all really hear the people around us? Really hear them and hear their needs. A dear friend of all of ours who uses a walker, and it's not Fred, although he's a dear friend too. Get myself into this. Is incredibly independent. And my thought when somebody seems to be needy is, well, go help. But guess what? Sylvia's nodding. Sylvia knows that person doesn't always want the help that I want to give. So we can't always give people on our terms. That's kind of selfish. Have you ever been in the spot where you just want to help somebody and help them? And they say, no, I don't want to be helped. Let me do it myself. That's hearing them when we let them do it themselves, their way, in a safe way. I've gained a whole new appreciation of Emily Cady in the studies I've been taking through Unity. And when I first saw her face, I thought, she looks kind of grumpy. I don't think I'd like her writing. I was so wrong. And in a course I'm taking right now, one of the courses, a course in prayer, I came across this phrase. And it has helped me so much in the last few weeks. The love, life, and the power of God are ready and waiting to flow out through us in unlimited degree. Is that powerful? And she has another affirmation that I've memorized from her book, Lessons in Truth. And the other affirmation goes like this. And if you grew up being told you're a child of God, then you could replace the word I'm going to use with child of God. And this is the affirmation. I am a manifestation of God, and God's love, energy, power, and wisdom flow into and through me. Does that empower you to do good in this world, to show love, to do all the disciplinary energy work that it takes to really hear the people around us? I'm going to say it again. Then it will show up in a slide in a minute. I am a manifestation of God. Just that by itself, does that feel incredibly empowering to you? And manifestation is that someone in their mind conceived of something wondrous. And that wondrous was you. You. Each individual in this room and anybody who's watching, you are a manifestation of God. And the love, the energy, the power of God flows into you and through you. Every moment. Every moment. And what happens in our lives is that we lose sight of it. We forget it. Maybe we never realize the impact of that. That could blow the roof off this building. If each of us could just absorb the power of that message. I'll ask you just to say it with me if you want. If you don't want to, that's okay. Or even in your head. The first part, I am a manifestation of God. I am a manifestation of God. And the life, love, energy, and power, and the life, love, energy, and power of God flows into me and through me, flows into me and through me every moment of every day. Every moment of every day. And imagine if you are with someone who's suffering or someone who's dying, or you yourself feel anguish and in pain. Imagine how that statement, repeated often enough, can fill you with a sense of power, strength, love, and hearing. Just imagine that. Emily Cady, if you want to read a wonderful book, Lessons in Truth, it's probably, Amber probably has this in her bookstore. She's saying, yes, she does. And there it is. Now, I changed his life to God's life, but Charles Fillmore said, divine love manifests thyself in me. And that's a powerful statement. When you think of Jesus, our way shower, the love that he showed, the divine love that he showed. And he also gave another sentence, and I'm not sure if Patty said this last week or not, but he also said, the love current is not a projection of the will, meaning we can't just say, well, I'm determined, I'm going to love that person, I will do that. It's not a projection of the will. It is a setting free of the natural, equalizing, harmonizing force that in most persons has been dammed up by human limitations. So we all have within us that capacity to love. Would you agree? We all have within us. And you see it often. Somewhere in the slide, but I'm not sure where it is, I chose a picture of my stepdaughter and her little boy, Duncan, because I thought maternal love, that's so everybody can relate with maternal love. Now, I've never been a mother. I was a teacher. And I know there are women in this room who love children even though they've never birthed a child. And that's one kind of love. And you might agree with me, it's easier to love a baby sometimes than to love some grown-ups that we know. But we have love within us, and we can learn how to release that love. How to release it. I'd like to, there it is. Jennifer and Duncan. No, he wasn't named after me. Yeah, I wished, but. And she says often to her little boy, I love you. And he'll say, I love you, Yaya. He calls her Yaya. And it's a sweet, endearing memory for me. And if we see mothers who give up so much and who are able to hear their baby before their baby is able to articulate a single word, how do they do that? It's maternal love. And if mothers are able to do it, fathers are able to do it, non-fathers, non-mothers, anybody is able to do it. Seniors sitting looking out over water, not saying a word, but hearing the vibrational energy can do it. And speaking of vibrational energy, I did in my reading come across this saying by a spiritualist. The rhythm that we create between one another as the intuitive presence in one soul, recognizing the intuitive presence in another. Every day and every moment, our energy is seeking to reconnect with every other energy we encounter. And I read that, and then I remembered what Oprah had said. Do you agree that there's energy out there? That there's energy in people? Do you agree also that sometimes you have to be careful of the energy in other people? And that's the reality of life. I went to visit my friend Sue many years ago, and I've shared this, and I share it again for a reason. She was in palliative care, and she had been such a warrior. Her name was Sue Min. Some of you might have met her. She had MS, and she'd suffered many tragedies, and she always made me laugh. She made everyone laugh. But when I went to see her in the hospital, tears began to flow. And she said to me, "Pauline, I can't take your tears right now." Because the energy I was conveying to her, sadness, "I'm so sorry, poor you," was not the energy she needed to hear from me. She was doing her best to deal with this situation. If you've ever worked, and I know that Dawn has worked as a social worker with many people who are suffering, we have to be careful that we don't tap so into that energy that we're doing a disservice. And Oprah says this, "I realize that for every relationship, not only do I have to be accountable for the energy I bring," would you agree? "But I also have to take responsibility for the energy that I allow from others. I also have to take responsibility for the energy that I allow from others." There may be someone in your life, or you may have met people, and maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe you remind them of someone that they disliked in the past, and you're getting this vibration from them that, whoa, I don't know if I can deal with this negative energy. Then you are hearing your voice taking care of you with love. And in that instance, what do? You distance yourself. That's not hate. That's not disinterest. That's love. That's love for you, because you are recognizing that someone has an energy that's sapping your energy. And if you don't love yourself enough to hear that voice that says, "Oh, I better take care of myself," then you'll be hurt. We need to hear ourselves and take care of ourselves. That's our responsibility. We're going to go into meditation. And in the meditation, I invite you to consider this phrase, both in terms of yourself and in terms of people around you. I hear you. I love you. That's for you, and that's for people around you. And before, I'm sort of going a little ahead of myself, I invite you to relax. Don't go to sleep. Just relax your body. Open your mind to the concept of a loving, spiritual energy. Remember that phrase. I am a manifestation of God. And the love, the energy, the power, the life of God flows into and through me today, every moment, today and every day. The life, the love, the energy of God flows into me and through me every day. This will be a time of silence where I hope you think of it as a haven of silence, a meditative time when you can consider the phrase, I hear you, I love you. I'll let you know when our time is up. as you prepare to come back, remember the phrase, I hear you, I love you. And that phrase is made possible by realizing that you are a manifestation of God. The life, the love, the energy, the power of God is flowing into you and through you every moment. And so it is.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you, Pauline. That was beautiful. I hear you. I love you. You are a beautiful manifestation of God. Now it's time for our giving and receiving your tithes and offerings. If you have been holding an intention card, we ask that you place it in the offering bag as well. We see those intentions unfolding now. Intention cards are available at the back of the sanctuary and are a statement of what you want to achieve, either as a plan for your day or your life. Now let us affirm our prosperity together by singing our offering blessing.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Our second piece of special music today is a Unity of London song that we wrote last summer, and we've done it a couple times, and each time I've had people ask me if they could get copies of the lyrics, because apparently I sing it too fast. Now, if you're a classical musician and somebody said that to you, you'd probably say somebody was actually listening. If you're a jazz musician, you'd say, "Oh, that's cool, man, don't worry about it." If you're a rock and roll musician, you'd probably say, "Ah, if it's too fast, you're too old." But if you're a Unity Church musician, you say, "Thank you so much for your interest," and you maybe play it a little bit like this. This is for all the dog lovers in the crowd today. I believe a dog can be man's best friend for sure. I bet that goes for women too, 'cause a canine's love is pure. You may think a dog cannot take measure of a man, but if you've truly known a dog, you know they surely can. I know my dog looks up to me, but I don't look down at him. He sees my life for what it is, and me for who I am. I'm sure he sees a better man than I can hope to be, and he reminds me every day to be a better me. He thinks I'm gentle, kind, and generous, compassionate and strong, loving, caring, good at sharing, and knowing right from wrong. If he could talk, I hope my dog would say these things of me. And the person my dog thinks I am is who I try to be. I live my life most every day the best way that I can. I try to prove by what I do that I know where I should stand. But if I ever find myself unsure of what to do, I remember what my best friend thinks, and that will see me through. He thinks I'm gentle, kind, and generous, compassionate and strong, loving, caring, good at sharing, and knowing right from wrong. If he could talk, I hope my dog would say these things of me. And the person my dog thinks I am is who I try to be. Thank you very much.
Sweet Spirit, source of all good that comes to us, we are so grateful and we are full of appreciation for the gifts that come to us. For we know that as we open up and allow more to flow through us, it just continues to grow. And as each congregant at Unity of London and Unity of London as an organization, a community of its own, we're blessed and we grow and we prosper each and every day, and so it is. Amen. Woo! Celebration Sunday. So if you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, a special anything, being a new parent, new grandparent, old grandparent, new home, old home, any home. We got lots to celebrate. What's Renee got?
A great niece that turned 11 on the 1st of February. I have another great niece who's turning 1 on the 13th, as well as my birthday on the 13th. So, and my mother's was the 18th. So yeah, a lot of and husbands today.
Family birthdays, Dave.
Yeah, I've got a birthday too. It's tomorrow, 61.
Hey, Dave, you can join the rest of us at the Horton Street Seniors, exercise. I had a birthday, too, and I had the joy of spending it reflectively in the Audubon sanctuaries and the Everglades and everything. It was wonderful. And I'm just so grateful for all the community and friends that I have, to celebrate with. And also, just when I think I'm going to retire, they send you something and they draw you in and give you a new learning opportunity. I know Peggy B for lifelong learning. And here I go again on a new adventure.
I had a birthday in November. But that's not why I'm up here today. I'm leaving for Holland this afternoon.
Why?
Baby isn't born yet. My oldest is expecting. She was due last Sunday. Not sure what it's going to be, but we're going to have it sometime soon. So hopefully it waits till Oma gets there. And am I allowed to say that we should be singing happy birthday to...
Exactly what I was going to say. He's not getting up.
I don't see him getting up here. So, Carlin, could you lead us in happy birthday for your dear husband?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Happy birthday to you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
And there are special treats in the fellowship hall.
Treats?
You get the first chocolate one.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia.
The Sylvia hug. Sylvia power. Sylvia squared. Well, okay, good. I'm not the last. My mom's birthday is on February 19th, which I'm going to celebrate. She'll turn 84. And now that they're in town, I was just reflecting, this will be the first time in 24 years that I've been able to celebrate it with her. So I'm celebrating that for sure.
Hey.
I have many things to celebrate. I lost my mom. I really, really appreciate all the support I've had from Unity of London. It has been immeasurable. You have no idea. And I also want to celebrate my guy. He's awesome, and we've been together almost 40 years, and he's just a super guy. I don't know. I can't even explain how great he is, but he is. And we also have a new baby, although it's feline. And we just love him to death, and he's just a sweet little guy, but our other two cats are going, what the heck is this? Anyway, they're getting along eventually, gradually, and so everybody's getting along nicely, and I'm good. So I didn't want to announce him until we had for sure he's settled into the house and our lives and our family, so I'm very blessed.
Well, I will say that I'm celebrating starting our 8th year at Unity of London. Pauline and I met each other at my first meeting, and we went to Pizza and Principles together. And for those of you that I haven't told, I did get the weekend in Italy. Next trip after this one's, now I'm working on Jamaica Mon. So let's get this over so we can have some cupcakes. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, Let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
So as you go about this week, remember to listen with love, and then you will hear with love, whether it's to yourself or someone else. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yea, God.
Spread the word of what unity can offer. Spread the word of the message that you heard. Spread the word, what it means to you in your life. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Spread the word of all the things we shared this morning. Spread the word that you're surrounded here by love. Spread the word that our doors and hearts are open. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Spread the word to anyone who's lost and lonely. Spread the word. We extend the hand of love. Spread the word. Spirit welcomes all who join us. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Spread the word of what unity can offer. Spread the word that we believe in peace and love. Spread the word that our doors and hearts are open. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Don't forget Jake and Julia next week.